Hello, everyone, and thank you for being part of the Arsenal chapter with me, your very host, your best host, Abu Carls, as I'm definitely right about here to bring to the latest in the Arsenal campaign. We are talking about the good football player, and that's the defensive midfielder from Brighton and Hove, and that's Moises Caicedo, who is an Ecuadorian professional football player and has been playing for the club Brighton and Hove for some time, and right about now he's been into a move away from the club Brighton and Hove. So let's get the party started. Let's get the party going. So Moises Caicedo has been linked to quite a big number of clubs. There are very many clubs that are interested in Moises Caicedo and his wonderful move to the club. To their club. So let's talk about Moises Caicedo's move to the club Arsenal. We remember that there's been quite a big number of clubs that are interested in the football player. Big number of clubs that are interested in the football player. Clubs like Chelsea. But you remember that still in the general transfer window, we thought Moises Caicedo would probably 100. We actually even said it would be 100%. He could be moving to the club. Arsenal, as we already knew that everything was going on very well and as planned, because he went to his socials and said, I'm definitely going to Arsenal. I'm leaving the club Brighton and Hove. So for some reason we thought, this could be great news. But it comes out that after Brighton had sold quite a big number of football players, like Leandro Trossard had sold, who else was that? Mark Cucurella was a very good one. They were like, we're not selling anymore. And right about now, still put in consideration the Brighton and Hove have already sold Alexis McAllister, and also they are looking at selling more football players. Arsenal should definitely take the advantage when it's still early. And Arsenal is in advanced stages to make sure that they can land themselves a very good defensive midfielder like him. So Moises Caicedo, the club Chelsea have been very much into Moises Caicedo, but there is nothing that has gone on. Chelsea hasn't done anything, and despite the fact that he's been over the news, people saying, Moises Caicedo is going to Chelsea, but it's definitely untrue. I'm getting some information here. Let me see. Transfer News Live. That's from Transfer News Live. Evening Standard is saying Rice passes Arsenal medical. Chelsea and Lavia fight, and Onana to Manchester United. That's no. Then Spurs are eyeing Marc Cucurella. That's none of our business. Our business here, I think, is the Rice medical. Yeah, I think that's definitely quite okay, since it's a good thing that his medical has been passed. He's passed his medical, and that's Declan Rice who's passed his medical. Quite good. Which I did yesterday. It's just coming out. It's just coming out here. Let me read this and see what they are saying. What are these guys saying about this transfer? Let's see if we could be getting any latest information. Arsenal expected to announce Rice and Timber deals. Arsenal are edging closer to an official announcement of the signing of Declan Rice and Urian Timber, and that's from the Evening Standard. Reports yesterday stated that both players have now passed their respective medicals in North London before the move from West Ham and Ajax. Arsenal will pay a club record fee of 100 million upfront for England midfielder Declan Rice. Also, a new record fee for a British player, with another £5 million on add-ons. And meanwhile, the versatile Dutch defender Urian Timber will cost an initial 34.2 million plus another 4.3 million in on add-ons. It can't be long now until we get an official confirmation from the club Arsenal. Everything is done about these transfers, isn't it? With for the Urian Timber transfer is done, for the Declan Rice is done, Kai Havertz is delivered. So we're just waiting for official announcement, and it's gonna happen anytime from now. Anytime from now, we're going to get information definitely coming in. So that's been a bit of a media watch, and that's been from the Evening Standard, which is a reliable source. You know, some sources, I know some sources, you get a source and you're like, what's happening? You read information from a certain source and you're like, this information is definitely not true. there are some websites, you know, I don't want to mention names, but a website like football.london. Sometimes you read information from football.london and you're like, this is not happening. Anyway, it's a big website. It should be a good website, but I don't know what's really happening with football.london. They've got quite a lot of false information there. Whoever is running that page really needs to get up. I can always grab yourself a Red Bull. Anyway, let's definitely talk about. Let's talk about a few things as you already know. Let's talk about. We're talking about Moises Caicedo. We're talking about Urian Timber. Also, we can talk about Declan Rice, as I've already told you. Declan Rice definitely already has passed his medical, as I've told you, as we've read. Passing his medical is something that's quite good. Passed his medical, and Urian Timber also medical passed, and they're just waiting for an official announcement. Then that's definitely quite good news. And these two football players, one of them being a defender, a versatile defender, that's Urian Timber, that will enhance the defense section of the club Arsenal. And then also the other one who is a defensive midfielder will also enhance defensive midfield at the club. You know, he plays that sectional himself, and he is always perfect. Declan Rice, I like Declan Rice. I think he's gonna do quite a lot. It's gonna bring quite a lot to the club Arsenal. But let's wait and see how things will definitely go. I think Declan Rice is going to perform very well. So, yeah, as you already know, we can always have a chat. We can always have a chat here about these football players. You can always ask me about any football player, and I will always answer. Anyway, let's hope that Declan Rice, Urian Timber, and Moises Caicedo, all these three football players will definitely be at the club Arsenal. They will sign for the club Arsenal. But for a fact, the football players that we are 100% sure about, one of them being the first one is Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is a deal that's done, sealed and confirmed. Then the second one being who's the second one? Declan Rice. We know Declan Rice is done, sealed. We're just waiting for official announcement, which could be today. Then the third one being who's that? Who's the third one? Third one being Urian Timber. And I think Urian Timber is doing quite great, and him moving to the club Arsenal will be very good. That will be a brilliant thing. And now, looking at the fourth one in the line, being Moises Caicedo, Arsenal need to fight. There's going to be a bit of a fight here. There must be a bit of a fight for Moises Caicedo. Chelsea saying they want him. Arsenal definitely are saying we're not giving up on the football player. It could be a time to hijack the football player from the club Chelsea, even when Chelsea came out and said they are going to be putting in bids, but they've not done anything, you know. They've not done anything. It's all rumor. there's nothing that is confirmed when we come to this transfer from the club Chelsea. So Arsenal still have a big chance of signing the football player, though he's a bit expensive. The club, Brighton and Hove is saying they need 100 million for him, but it's negotiable. At first he was 70 million pound, and I said at first he was 60, and I said by mid of these transfers, if he's still available, he will be around 90 million pound. And I was spot on. It's not even 90, it's 100. Anyway, thank you for being part, and please subscribe and ring that notification bell. Let's meet in another podcast. Thank you and goodbye for now.